Welcome to the Fortify experience, where I will be sharing with you a pass through a simple process that's personalized for you to help you quickly free yourself from feeling confused, because negative feelings can stop you from feeling better about who you are and the circumstances that you're in, and they can keep you from moving forward on a positive path. So what are the negative consequences of feeling confused? Well, for one thing, it can set you up for making harmful mistakes. Another thing is it can make it impossible to even think rationally. Another thing is that it can give others the ability to take advantage of you. So we don't want to feel confused. So during this process, you're going to be filling in 7 blanks from A through G. So have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil handy so you can write down your answers. And if at any point during the video you need extra time to complete the statements, feel free to pause the video. And if at first you have trouble thinking of your own specific examples, feel free to use the examples in this video as your own because it'll still work. So let's begin the process. The first step is to fill in the blanks to the statement, the thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling confused, is B. Now write down feeling confused for A, and then write down why it specifically bothers you for B. So examples could be, I feel pressured to make decisions that I'm not ready to make. Another thing could be, I don't know what to believe. Another example could be, I'm afraid of being entrapped. So now write down your personal B for the thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling confused, is B. Now the next statement is, the reason this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. Now C is going to be your uncensored, real, underlying feeling that really gets to you. And it could be something like, it makes me feel browbeaten, or it makes me feel like I'm going crazy, or maybe makes me feel like I'm too gullible. So now fill in your personal C. For the reason that this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. So now here comes step 3. This is the key to the ingenuity and the effectiveness of the Fortify process. Here's where we're going to uncover the specific positive aspect within you that is unintentionally being ignored, dismissed, dishonored, or forgotten in this situation. And this positive aspect is something that you love, value, or respect about yourself, and you know to be true about yourself. And it's what's missing when you're feeling that feeling C. So now the third step is, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D. Now D here is some aspect of yourself that's not being used or honored in this situation. For example, I pride myself on my logic and reasoning. Or maybe, I value feeling composed. Another thing could be, I do research on what's important to me. So again, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D. So fill in your personal D. Now in step 4, it's time to fortify D in your mind-body system. And this is easy because you simply remember a time in your life when you were activating and using D, that positive aspect that you discovered in step 3. These are memories that remind you that you have been able to trigger that positive aspect D naturally and automatically in other situations in your past. So the statement is, I know D because E. So now search your memory and find any pattern or circumstance in any area of your life that confirms the fact that you possess that positive attribute D. Now at this point there could be many examples, but sometimes the simplest ones can be the best. So some examples could be, I make good judgment calls. Or another one might be, I like to feel in control. A third one could be, I want to have all the facts that I need available to me. So now write down your personal E for the statement, I know D because E. Now in step 5, it's time for you to think of a specific time when you experienced that positive value in the past. The statement is a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. So examples could be when I bought my used car, or maybe when I scheduled my vacation, or another one could be something like when I accepted my new position at work. So again, the statement is a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. Now we go into step 6. Now remember back to that time F and re-experience that whole event and what it felt like, and really feel how good or strong it made you feel. And feel the inner strength from that experience that makes you feel inspired, empowered, or really, really good about yourself. And make that feeling really strong, and then double that feeling, and now triple it, until you can feel that feeling vibrating all throughout your body. And now identify in a word or two, what's the underlying real strength there? The statement is the underlying real strength that made F so powerful for me was G. Examples could be my intelligence. Another one could be it felt right. Or maybe it was level-headedness. So now fill in your personal G. Now step 7 is the copy process. And this is where you're going to copy or embed that real strength G from another time in your life into that bother that you started out with. Now focus on that powerful, real strength feeling G in your body and hold on to it and make it really strong, and then double it. And now triple it until you can feel that feeling G vibrating through your entire body. And now imagine taking some of that powerful energy G and putting it into a ball in one of your hands while still holding on to that real strength G in your body. And feel that energy pulsating in your hand. And so now as you hold a ball of that powerful positive energy G in one hand, remember what that old feeling C felt like. And put a ball of that energy C into the other hand. And now we're going to use a powerful neurolinguistic programming technique that is really, really strong and effective. What we're going to do is use that ball of positive energy, G, that's in your one hand. We're going to use it as a solvent that will completely dissolve that negative feeling or energy, C. So as you bring your hands together, start noticing how the positive energy, G, can really start literally dissolving that negative energy. And keep mixing that solvent of positive energy in with the negative ball of energy until all of the C energy is totally and completely dissolved, and all you can feel is the positive energy of G. And it's so invigorating. So now let's see how you did. Start a new list and write down your original A. Now using the same A as you used before, feeling confused, complete the following statement. The thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling confused, is B. Now write down your new B. Now you may be surprised that your new B is different from your original B. And this is fantastic because when this happens, it proves that your previously hidden inner strength has been both activated and installed into that negative issue that you started out with. Otherwise your B would have been the same as it was before. And this is the uniqueness of the Fortify process. It proves that your state of mind has progressed because it validates that you have transformed and shifted yourself into a different and perhaps a more powerful state of mind or a more peaceful state of being. And this is a benefit you can't get from any other technique. So at this point, if you've not yet been able to answer nothing for B, then it means that you can simply come back and do more passes through the Fortify process so you can find and stack additional positive inner strengths into that negative situation. And each time you come back, you will be using a newer B until you can finally answer nothing for B, or until you're satisfied with the progress that you've already made. Now, depending on the complexity of the issue, I have gone through numbers of passes through the Fortify process before I could finally answer nothing for B. And that's when I'm able to really feel relieved, because that's when I just don't feel the same grip or sting of the original situation anymore. And not only that, but I can see myself feeling more in control, more self-confident, and recognizing options and inner strengths that I didn't realize that I had before. And when you just don't feel the same anymore, imagine how different things can be when similar situations come up in the future. Can you imagine how good you can feel having overcome situations in which you felt confused in the past? You might wind up being much more surprised than you can imagine. And not only that, but by activating and embedding those previously hidden positive inner strengths, you've also boosted your self-esteem and your self-image for that situation. And this is something that can't be taken away now that your real strengths have been brought into your conscious awareness. And don't be surprised if you find yourself exhibiting those real strengths in other areas of your life too, because now you're consciously aware that you have those real strengths, and that means you'll now be able to use them to your advantage. For me, it's always fun and eye-opening to do the Fortify process because it makes me feel good to find and activate inner strengths that I forgot that I had. I hope you have surprising and rewarding insights about yourself like I have had. We love Fortify because it gets you to start paying attention to the impressive resources you have hidden within you, and it connects you to your undeniably impressive inner strengths that can bring you into your grandest state of being, which is to act and react from your highest and best self. So now, as we thank you for joining us, we suggest that you look at the other issues that we cover in our YouTube videos to see what might apply to your other life situations. And please tell your friends and family about these videos. You never know who they might be able to help. And they're all free with no strings attached. We would love to hear about your Fortify experiences, so send your comments to thefortifyexperience@gmail.com. And also check out our Facebook page and the Fortify Kindle book on Amazon.com by clicking on the links below. And please subscribe to our channel so that we can help keep you informed of new information and new videos. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.